All right, everybody, welcome to the Backpacker. Today we're going to walk you through how to pack for a ski trip. This is something that everybody needs to know if you're going on a ski trip, if you're headed somewhere, if you're like I am from Louisiana, you're traveling somewhere a long distance to get to the slopes because nobody's skiing on the levees down here, right? So anyway, let's get into it and see what happens. So first thing you need that I always bring with me is a really good high quality duffel. Nothing's worse than having your suitcase break with all your ski gear. So I picked out this Patagonia black hole duffel. This is one of the larger ones they make. What I love about these is you get a good duffel bag that's got handles on all sides, easy to grab off the carousel. This has backpack straps on it too. So when you're making transfers, you're changing shuttles, you're getting on and off of planes, it's super easy to load on your back and carry with you. So love the backpack straps on here. These are also removable, by the way. So you just take this out and it clips off on that end and it's out of the way. So I'm gonna take it out of the way to show y'all what I packed today. I packed for just me, no kids or anybody else with me this time. So this is a one-person packing job. Sometimes I get a really big duffel for the whole family. First things on top, what do you know? Most important piece of item you can have. It's exclusive only at the Backpacker. It's a Backpacker skier checklist. You got to come see us to get one of these, and we'll also put it on our website for you so you have it available to you. It's got a list of a bunch of items that you can't do without when you're going skiing, so that's something right there. So we'll walk you through our skier's checklist. We're going to go head to toe through this thing. So we got some gloves, got some down products. Let's see, starting with the head. We've got a balaclava. This is a lightweight balaclava from Arc'teryx. Patagonia, Smart Wool, Turtle Fur, they all make different variations of this. The key thing is that you want something that you can put on under your helmet, because I'm not going to recommend that you ski without a helmet, so you definitely need something that fits under a helmet. It gives you protection on the head, gives you protection on the face and neck, and it slides down, it comes down all the way around the collar down here into your jacket, so it keeps you warm down here. So definitely want a balaclava, neck gaiter, headliner, something like that to wear under your helmet and your jacket. First things first, base layer. I always carry, doesn't matter whether I'm going on a 2-day trip or a 4 or 5-day trip, I always carry at least 2 sets of base layer. The reason is in case I get there, one has a hole in it, or one gets wet, or something like that. You always want to keep this, because this is your most important thermal characteristic for keeping you warm. So 2 tops, 2 bottoms, cover you from head to toe. Make sure you check out our video on how to pick base layer. You want to see that in order to know which kind of base layers you want and to carry with you. So 2 tops and 2 bottoms, so that's base layer. Can't do without it. You don't want to have cotton in your base layer, you want to have synthetic or wool, so make sure you bring a good base layer. Mid layer, I always put on a light fleece pullover, light fleece jacket, something to that effect to wear over my base layer, so you'll have your crew neck base layer or zip neck base layer. This will go over that, and so that's going to be your next layer to make sure you stay warm. So the mid layer, traditionally, a good mid-weight layer will keep you warm in most temperatures for comfortable skiing. If it is going to be below 20 degrees, maybe below 10 degrees, I always carry a down vest, something that's super lightweight. I prefer a vest for my next heavier layer if it is going to be cold, because you don't have the sleeves that have to go down the sleeves of your jacket, and you just slide it on. It feels real comfortable under your jacket. It's not too big and bulky like a full-on down jacket. That's just my personal preference. And what's great about these is that they're always compressible, and they'll stuff into some kind of sack of some sort or into their own pocket, and they turn into a ball about that big. So I always pack a nice down vest or synthetic vest of some kind. When I'm backcountry skiing and I stop for lunch, I actually put this on over my outer jacket. So it's an important piece of equipment to have. So that's your that's going to be your layers underneath. Oh, you know what? I can't leave this out. Pretty much, aside from the Backpacker skier's checklist, you got to have a bathing suit, because pretty much everywhere, every ski area has a hot tub. You're going to want to get in the hot tub, so don't forget your bathing suit. One of the most important things. Everybody knows what that is. Okay, socks. I always carry at least 2 pairs of socks. If I'm going for a full week where I'm skiing 6 or 7 days, I carry 3 pairs. So hunting socks are not going to cut it. Basic wool socks are not going to cut it. The socks are not designed to keep your feet warm. They're designed to keep your feet from blistering and to keep them dry. That's why you need wool or synthetic ski socks. Don't mess around with any cotton. Don't put on 2 cotton gym socks thinking that they're going to keep your feet comfortable, because they're not. Your feet are going to sweat. They're going to absorb all that moisture. You're going to get soggy. You're going to blister. And the other thing about ski socks, specifically ski socks, is the padding is put in the right places. If you have your hands on these, you'll see the back of it around the back of your calf is actually really light. And the front, where your shins are, where you're going to be leaning up against the front of your boots, is padded. Same thing in the foot. The top of the foot is very light and breathable. The heel and the toe is very padded. And these usually come in a lightweight option and a mid-weight option for socks. For those people that like a little more cushion, I traditionally choose the mid-weight because I like the cushion. But you want to make sure, these are smart wool. You want to make sure you got to get yourself a good pair of winter sport socks, skiing or snowboarding. Okay, beanie. I know I talked about helmets. This is not something to wear on your helmets, but when you're not wearing your ski helmet, when you're walking around town, whatever, I always make sure that I have a good beanie with us. Of course, this is another backpacker exclusive, the backpacker beanie. So this is something that is awesome to have. You don't want to leave home without a very good, warm beanie. Helmet liner is not going to do it, and you're going to look like a goofball. So, ski helmet. I talked about this a little bit in our video on how to pick a ski helmet, so be sure to check that out on the features of picking a ski helmet. But you want to make sure you pack your ski helmet. Everybody else is wearing a ski helmet. It doesn't matter how good of a skier you are. If you think you're not going to hit anything, you're going to be standing in the lift line, somebody's going to come barreling down the mountain that doesn't know how to ski, and they're going to run right into you. They're going to be wearing their ski helmet, and they're going to hurt you. So be sure to pack it. Goggles. Always bring a pair of goggles, because if you don't pack a pair of goggles, you're going to get there and you're going to need them, and you're going to have to buy them, and they're going to be really expensive on the slopes. They're going to charge you more, and they're not going to carry the $40 goggles. They're going to be carrying like the $200 goggles. So make sure you pack your goggles of the kind that you prefer at your price point and your budget. Everybody thinks, oh, can I just wear sunglasses? You can, but you're going to be uncomfortable. Your eyes are going to water, they're going to dry out. With today's high-speed lifts, almost every major ski area has high-speed lifts. Even there, wearing sunglasses, it's just that dry air will just kind of suck the moisture right out of your eye sockets. So you want to make sure that you have a good pair of goggles to keep yourself comfortable. Let's see. All right, jackets. So on top of all those layers that I showed you earlier, these mid layers and everything, you want to make sure you've got yourself a good, highly water resistant or waterproof jacket. This particular jacket is from Arc'teryx. It's made with Gore-Tex. It's going to cover, you want to make sure that you have good coverage down about mid-hip. That's going to go below the top of your ski pants, both when you're sitting, especially if you're snowboarding. The length is really important because you spend a lot of time sitting on the snow, especially if you're taking lessons, when you're on breaks, when you're waiting to catch up with your group. You want to make sure that that back of your area back here is well covered. If you get a short jacket, it's not going to give you what you need. So you want to make sure you got a highly water resistant or waterproof jacket that's going to be able to keep the snow out, especially if you're skiing in the spring when it has wet, warm snow. It will penetrate a non-water, highly water resistant or waterproof jacket. Helmet compatible hood, pit zips, all that kind of good stuff. So a nice, good ski jacket that's going to keep you warm. A basic rain jacket, yeah, it's waterproof, but it's not going to have the thermal characteristics that's designed to keep you warm. You need to stay warm. Same thing on the ski pants. Highly water resistant or waterproof. You want to make sure that you have something that's going to keep you dry and warm to wear over your thermal base layers. The days of Scotch guarded jeans are over. Don't go get Scotch guarded jeans. Don't go get your blue jeans and put Scotch guard all over them, because they're going to get wet. If they're not getting wet from the outside, when you sweat, they're going to get wet from the inside from your own sweat. So no matter what, you've got to make sure you get yourself a good pair of waterproof pants that's going to keep you dry, or else you're going to be miserable, period. So, all right, let's see what else. Some kind of waterproof shoe or boot. If you're going skiing, you're going to be walking around, and if it snows at all on a heavy snow and you're walking around downtown in the ski area or whatever, the snow's going to get wet. It's going to go right through your Asics. I'm just telling you that now. And then your only pair of shoes other than your ski boots are going to be sopping wet. So talk about misery. So you're going to want to make sure you have a good pair of waterproof, warm shoes that you can wear with wool socks, keep you warm, comfortable, all that good stuff. So that's the Sorel men's Cheyenne boot. And then of course you got ski boots. Some of y'all rent them, some of y'all own them. Be sure to pack them, don't forget them. Bring two. So anyway, hope you enjoyed my ski trip packing checklist. Don't forget all the awesome gear that you can possibly pack. There's a lot more on here, things like sunscreen, GoPro cameras, chapstick. The air's gonna be dry, you're gonna want chapstick. A Camelback, any kind of hydration pack. Some people like fanny packs as much as they are fanny packs. They're super easy to pack a bunch of stuff in. And that's kind of it. That's kind of a good rundown. Hand foot warmers are good to have. Again, you can learn all of this if you come in the store and get our awesome exclusive checklist. So anyway, thanks for joining us today. And don't forget, be sure to visit us online at www.backpackeroutdoors.com or in one of our stores in Baton Rouge and Lafayette.